thank you so much for being patient with us as our technical difficulties were really difficult tonight. Carrie, who is supposed to be with me, just it wasn't Facebook, wasn't working. It was just saying not today. And we had the big woman, the big mama, Heidi, step in, and she tried to troubleshoot as well, and it just wasn't working. So thank you guys so much for being patient. And I am so excited to be here. So instead of getting interviewed by Carrie, the lovely and infamous Carrie Diaz, I will be interviewing myself. So I hope y'all are ready for this one. So when you're here, go ahead and say hey. Hey Tracy, hey guys, hey Lita. I'm so glad you guys could join us. Hey Donna, I see you're tagging Cindy. I hope she pops on. If you have invited somebody to come to this event, go ahead and tag them. If you are a mama, or if you are an educator, or if you just love seeing people and talking to people, go ahead and give me a thumb up. Give me a thumb up in the comments, and I would absolutely love to see who's here. If you're a people person, say people. Just so we kind of know when we're going through what kind of people are visiting us tonight on the live. Who is here to hang out a little bit? Oh, hey Susan. Hey guys. Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna keep up. I'm sorry. Hey Carrie, thanks for hopping on. Hey Lace. And I would love to say hi to everybody, but I'm just gonna say hi, and I am so thankful that you're here. Hopefully, you're here to help somebody change a life, or maybe you're here to make the step to change your life. And either way, that's awesome, awesome and amazing. Good job for you. So my name is Rachael Towne. I have been temporarily made an admin of the Lemongrass Spa corporate site, so I'm kind of excited about this. They'll probably kick me off right after the calls, so I can't do anything super cool. But this is where I'm at. I joined Lemongrass Spa in February 2017, and it's funny because I had been looking, oh, look at all the thumbs. I had been using the Healing Elements balm for a long time. I'd been using it for a few years, but I didn't know that Lemongrass Spa had more products than the Healing Elements, like no idea. So when I went to a party in the fall of 2016, I'd been using the Healing Elements for a while, and my cousin was the host, and she said, you know, I use the deodorant. It works really, really well for me and my daughter. And I said, oh, well, you know, I've been using a natural deodorant for a long time, and I can never really find one that works for a significant amount of time. I'll give it a try. Do you guys use natural deodorants or anything? If you do, say natural, just so we know who's the natural deos people. I had made my own, and I'll tell you what, I felt so proud of myself when I made my own deodorant. And it was so bad. It was horrible, but it worked. It worked. And I got those Amazon containers, and I'm like mixing it up and melting everything. I'm pouring it in, and I had like 20 of these deodorants that were completely horrible, but I was so proud of myself because I made it. Do you ever DIY? I loved to DIY. Before I started with Lemongrass Spa, I made my own shampoos. I did the apple cider vinegar rinse. I did, you know, I was making all these amazing things. And the only true thing that was amazing was the fact that I made them and I knew what was in them. But that's one thing that I love with Lemongrass Spa is it's so much better than mine. Thank you, Heidi, for creating these products, because I don't have the skills you have, my friend. But then I don't, you know, I also know what's in them because we 100% disclosure. We share everything that we put in, and that's a really good feeling. I've used companies in the past that they say they're natural, and they sound like they're all good in the hood, and then you find out that they're getting sued because they didn't disclose that they had some super toxic ingredient, and that's awful. So, oh, look at all you DIYers and natural people. Ooh, Corey, Catherine, you go, girl, fist bump. DIY, it's all the way, girls. Love it. I absolutely love it. So I joined. We can speed things up, we can slow things down, but I went to the party, I tried the deodorant. Back then it was the grapefruit lily. Is that what it was, Kiara? I'm here with somebody. I'm going to bring her on in a minute. It was the grapefruit lily? Yeah, it was so good. Oh, it was so good. And I was using that. I went through the entire stick, and I didn't smell. And I was a fitness instructor. And, you know, I worked out a lot. I smell. And you smell it? Ah, smelly. Say you smelly if you smell it. Probably not going to get a lot of comments on that one, but I'm smelling. But so I did. I loved it. And truthfully, even my entire life, I would use Arid in secret and, you know, like the clinical strength and all of these things. But I could never make it through a full stick And then I would be smelling, like, it didn't matter if I was using natural or if I was using more of the toxic style, the aluminum-based antiperspirant. It didn't matter. It didn't work. So, ooh, Desiree's glad she joined a year and a half ago. She never had as good of luck with anything until she tried lemongrass. That's awesome. Oh, Liz. Liz is talking Daydreamer. Liz, you got to stick around, my friend, because we've got some pads for you. Stick around. Oh, speaking of Daydreamer, look what I was sprayed on my hair before I had to tame the mane, so I gave myself a little bit of a spritz and got that baby back under control. But so where did Rachael start? In January, after my amazing experience with the deodorant, I used I contacted the consultant that did the party for my cousin, and I said, hey, I got an email and it said that Hostess rewards are 2 times the amount. Like, I obviously want to try a party. Why would I not? I love free stuff and I love extra free stuff. Let's do this. And so I did, and I ended up with a massive shopping spree. And I ended up with like everything in the catalog, so many things, and everything I tried, I just was blown away. And this was coming from somebody who had already made her own handmade products, who shopped at the local co-op, who, I had already been doing all of this, and I'd been using so many different brands. But when I was trying these, I'm like, wow, like this stuff is amazing. So in February, that was January. In February, the consultant said, I have these parties booked. From your party, you might want to try. And I'm going to stop just for a second and kind of see who's here are you a consultant? Say you're a consultant. If you're thinking about joining, say thinking. If you're like, I'm joining tonight, and there's a little extra incentive for you to join tonight or through tomorrow morning, say joining. I'm joining. And then go ahead and tag who invited you to this Take a Look call, just because it's nice to see who's here and where y'all came from. It's just neat. So I'm trying to scroll through the comments, but it's like glitchy. So I hope y'all can see me and it's not glitchy, because I see this as, oh, look at all the consultants. Hey girls, look at all the consultants. I love it. Hostess with the mostest. That's right. That's a great hashtag. I like it, Catherine. So yeah, lots of consultants here. Robin and Megan and Sherry. Hashtag consultant. I love it. Thanks guys for joining. I hope you had some success inviting your friends and family, and they're here and thinking about joining too, because we've got surprises. So then I joined in February, and I truly, and I don't even like to admit this, but it's true. I'm Sharon. I'm very truthful Rachael. That's me. This is how I am. And I joined for the discount, truly. I was like, well, obviously I'm going to use these products because I love everything. I get 25% off. I'm not here to make money. I ran my own business at the time. I had been a mathematics educator, and then I was a sexuality educator, and I was a fitness instructor and an adjunct at Campbell University in North Carolina. And then I ran a tutoring business. So I had a lot going on in the education department, and truly, I never even considered direct sales. I tell myself, well, I'm not a salesperson, I'm an educator. But it turns out that I can use my education career to educate my team. I can use my education career to educate my new customers and my followers. And so it's really awesome to be able to take all of those skills that you've acquired throughout your life and apply them in different aspects. So yes, I'm not a salesperson, but I don't even want to just sell you something. What I want to make you do is feel special. I want you to have something, that makes you feel like you've done something good for yourself. If you've tried all of these different makeups or whatever, and you always have a reaction, I want to give you something that makes you feel beautiful without a reaction. If you have to wash your hair twice a day because it's so oily, I want to provide you with a shampoo that's not going to strip it of its oils, and it's going to make your hair awesome. Like, that's what I love, and I'm educating and telling, this is why. So it's just exciting, and it's been an amazing journey. So that was February. My girlfriend, and I'm going to shout out my girlfriend Renee. So my girlfriend Renee was with me when I opened up my consultant kit, and she said she's going through it, and she's a super textile and smell person. She's very, very much with her textiles and her smells, and she's going through it all, and she's like, oh my gosh, Rachael, it's so silky. Oh, Rachael, did you try this one? Smell this. And she's like, that's it, we're having a party. And I'm like, oh, well, I wasn't going to do parties. And she said, well, I would love it if we could just have like a girls' night at my house, and we'll do foot soaks, because the spa kit comes with a foot spa. So I was like, okay, that sounds fun. And I'm all about like cocktail hour in my girlfriends. That's fun for me. Even though I have 3 kids, I like to pretend that I don't for 2 hours of a month. I'm just a fun-loving woman. Let me have a cocktail hour with my friends. And so, we went over and it was so fun. And her party closed over $500. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, I just made over $100. Renee got these amazing products. She got free shipping. She got all these things. And then it was like, look at, like, I'm helping somebody with frugality, and I'm like the cheapest person I know. And this is so exciting because now I can help other people get things for free. So it kind of just turned my mindset. And by June, I had promoted to director. I shortly after promoted to senior director, and then premier director, and I recently promoted to executive director. So I'm 2 steps away from my goal at platinum at the very top, which is neat. It's very cool. And a big bonus kind of is that my family and I, my husband and my 3 children, my husband is an engineer and he has the ability to travel all over the world because his company is international. And I have 3 children, Maverick 11, Trevin 9, and Adeline is 4. And we just love to travel. We love to check out new cultures. We love to try new cuisines. Like, it's just a big part of our life. And so when they were in public school and I was teaching, or, I was coaching, or I was doing fitness classes, I had no freedom to do what I wanted to do. Like, I mean, I could on the weekend, or I could if I took a break, but I didn't have the freedom. And so now I run my business wherever I am. In fact, right now, this house is not my house. I am at my friend Kiara's house. Kiara, come on over here. Kiara is 2 levels down from home office. And, excuse me? Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
I mean, let's see. So this is Kiara. Kiara Oberhaensli. And she is there's home office, and then there is Marla, and then there is Kiara, and then it goes a long way, and then there's me. So I actually met her a couple years ago. Where did I meet? Conference. Yeah. And then we really bonded at Team Leadership in January. And that was an amazing experience because, well, they brought what they do for leadership in January. We got invited,
so
and
much fun.
I'll let you share because that was fun. What did we do at leadership?
Oh, it was amazing. We got to go on a boat ride and collect seashells. We got to go to an amazing dinner. What else did we do?
We saw dolphins. Oh my gosh, we went on a dolphin excursion.
Oh, yeah.
We got to go to the warehouse, and we got to see them make the products, handmade.
That was amazing.
Products. That was so cool. Can't tell you how, but it was it was cool. It was so cool. And then we got to bond, and we did trainings, and so I heard that she and I were a lot alike. And I'll tell you what, I was intimidated because I was like, ooh, Kiara, she's like way up there from home office. Like, I don't know, she must be like super prestigious. And I'm like, just kidding. She's like a normal person, and I love her. So we just bonded really well, and then I've talked to her all the time. We FaceTime and we message each other, and then I'm like, I'm coming to you because cheap flights right now are so cheap. I flew myself and my 2 children direct flight round trip for $65. I'm like, and I mentioned I was frugal and cheap. I'm not kidding. I'm totally frugal and I'm cheap. It was awesome. So yeah, I wish I knew how to say it. Jerlyn. Can't wait for her first leadership conference. Oh my gosh, congratulations, girl. This is your first, so that means she's a director.
Woohoo!
Yay. So Kiara's been building her team. How long have you been with us?
This week I just celebrated 9 years with Lemongrass Spa.
9 years. Yeah. And you're a senior director.
I'm a senior director.
Yeah, which is awesome. Huge team. Huge team. It's just really neat to see where people are. And what has it done for you? Like, how has it changed your life?
Wow. Well, so I would say many of you may be kind of like me. We all have our different story. But have you ever had, if you're not a consultant already, have you ever had one of your friends that is a Lemongrass consultant call you and say, oh, you should join, you should do this, you should do this? And you're like, okay, yeah. So I had a friend do that, and she called me and said, Kiara, you should do this, you should do it. It's natural, you like natural. And I thought, well, yeah, I do like natural. So I decided, why not go for it? So I said, sure, I'll buy this kit, I'll see what happens. I never really had the minute I joined, I didn't think like, oh, this is going to turn into income for me or this big opportunity. But I thought, okay, natural products, that sounds good. And then I got my kit. I went out of town, and I left it at my mom's house because I was going to be out of town for a while because I like to travel a lot with my family too. And she called me while I was out of town. I was gone like about a month, and said, Kiara, I just wanted to let you know. And I was like, oh no, you touched my kit, didn't you? And she said, yes. And I said, oh, did you have a reaction? Because she's one of those people that's allergic to a lot of things. So I was worried she would touch something and break out. And she said, I did. I used up your lotion. I used your mascara. I used some of your other balms that you got in your kit. And I love them. And I've used them all up. And I want to buy them too. So that was, to me, that was more testimony than I could ever imagine with how good the products were. And historically, I like natural products, but you go into the health food store and you pick out things and your hair would feel like wax after you used it, or it would go bad, or you never knew how long those products were sitting on the shelf.
Oh, yeah.
So then with Lemongrass, every product I tried was awesome. And they tell you right on the bottom exactly when that product's made. It doesn't sit on a shelf. So that's kind of how the Lemongrass dream was born. And then many of you have tried the products before. They're so wonderful, so cost effective. A little bit goes a long way. And literally people were coming to me and saying, how do I get more? I want to be on your team. And then from there, it just spawned into being able to have kids and spend more time with them. And, this year, many of us have had surprises or up and down situations. And I've had many of those, like we all have in the last 9 years, to where maybe I lost my job and there was my lemongrass business as a stream of income for me. So it's been a huge, not to ramble on, but it's been a great journey.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm interested, and we are interested. Are any of you in that situation? Are you, and just go ahead and type your career. Like, what is your mainstream career? Are you a homemaker? Are you an educator? Are you a nurse? Are you, whatever? I want to see what you are, because it's cool, and you're not alone. And then, what I want y'all to do that are on, I want you to go through, and I want you to like when somebody is what you are. Just to kind of like, hey girl, me too. Because it's cool when you realize you're not alone. It's cool when you're like, holy smokes, like, that girl, like, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Ashley is a nurse, and she's killing it with her business. I was an educator, I'm killing it with my business. She was a nutritionist, and she's a real estate agent currently, and she's killing it with her business. And, I'm trying to think of other people, other careers. A lot of people were
social workers.
Yeah. But the cool part about where I'm at, in specific, since I'm talking about me, I know best about me. So I was an educator, and I had said to my husband, because I was missing a lot of sports events for my children. They're super active in sports. My daughter is a dancer. Like, I have all these things, and I was missing their events because I had to tutor in the evening, or I had to go teach class in the evening, or I was doing a fitness thing in the evening. And so I was missing a lot. And I said to Aaron, my husband, I said, well, if by September or August, I don't remember. If by August I'm making $1,000 a month with this business, which isn't, that's not a lot, but that's a lot, right? Like, yeah. I'm having fun and helping people, and I just made $1,000. Really,
an extra $1,000 a month,
right? Pays
a lot of
things. It does.
Yeah.
And I had said, if I make $1,000 a month by August, I'm gonna not return to tutoring. I'm gonna focus on the children, and I'll be able to coach them. I like to coach sports, and I was like, oh, I'll be able to do these things again. This will be so fun. And then by August, I had surpassed the $1,000 mark. And I was like, well, dang. So I have thankfully been able to retire from working out of the home, and I work completely in home, which is awesome. And my family and I, we traveled to, I almost said Amsterdam, to Groningen. We lived in Holland, the Netherlands, in Europe for a year. And I did my business completely remotely, obviously, because we don't ship internationally. So I had to do my business completely online. I hired a very good friend of mine, Amy. Shout out to you, girlfriend. I paid her a bit every month, and she got free products to manage my business on site, stateside for me. And I would just call her and talk to her about who she needed to mail what to. If somebody was, a hostess, I had them set up their hostess kits and things. Yeah, it worked really well. And then I would set my alarm clock, because Holland is 6 hours ahead. So I would set my alarm clock for 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and I do parties online. And so that's another thing, because I know a lot of you might be considered, you might be thinking like, well, it's quarantine. It's right. Like, it's quarantine. I don't want to go in people's houses. So why would I want to start doing a party business? Well, that's okay, because we have so many trainings for you to learn the online side of it. And you can still, like I went to a party a couple weeks ago where it was at a coffee shop, and they're sterilized, right? Like, they're open for a reason because they're able to clean. And we just social distance around the table, and we all had our own little facials that we did, and we did them on our hands, so we didn't have to touch our faces. If those of us wanted to wear masks, we could wear masks, and we could still do a facial on our hands. So that's something that's you're able to do that. I've had people meet in churches. I've had people meet all over the place where they can still social distance, but they can still like see each other, because it really stinks when you're feeling so lonely. And that's another thing with the loneliness, is you build so many relationships that are like heart relationships. And Kiara's not my only one. I feel, oh my gosh, I'm looking at all these women here. Many of you are my people. Like, I'm looking in April. I love April and Lacey, and a lot of, that's the only ones I see. Oh, Lacey, you were the one I did a party when I was in Holland. How funny. Yeah, there was so many. So just know, when you join, you don't just join as a person in a direct sales company. You join as like a social sister. You have groups, and you have trainings, and there's modules that you can work through. And if you take the work to do this, you can make yourself an amazing business. If you want to, get the discounts, or just make a few hundred extra, pay your car payment, pay some groceries. It's whatever you want it to be. And this is where I love, like, you dream it. Like, if you want it, you can do it. It's not like you want to be CEO of a company. That's hard. Like, that is, I can dream it, but I wouldn't even want to, because you'd have to manage everybody. But in this business, you can be the CEO of your own little company. Like, I am the owner of my company. Like, I'm in charge of how I run my company. I don't have employees telling me how to do things. It's just so freeing. I love it. It's just so freeing. So we have some giveaways. Look at all the spa sisters. What do you guys think? What do you guys think we're going to give away? We've got some drawings to do. And I say we very loosely. Now that I'm an administrator in the Lemongrass Spa group, I'm good now. Just kidding. But Lemongrass Spa Corporate will be drawing. I don't know if it will be Carrie or Heidi. Now that Carrie is not able to be with me, maybe I can just make the executive decision. I'm just kidding, Carrie. I won't take over.
You give her an inch.
Take it. So we'll be giving away some Healing Elements balms. I'm hoping this like focuses in. There we go. Healing Elements balms. And this is what I was talking about for what I used on my kids, when that's what I had been using for years before I started the deodorant. And what I used it for was their eczema. They had, every time they'd eat anything weird, they'd get eczema outbreaks around their face. So I was like, look at all these people. We want Daydreamer. We want some thanks. Well, Healing Elements Balm, this is a drawing for everybody that's here. So I'm glad y'all are saying hi. And if you haven't yet said hi, make sure you say hi, because you're going to be getting in the drawing for some Healing Elements sticks. This is like my product, which is a lot of our products, realistically. Everybody loves this. So that's what we'll be. Yeah, it's good. So you just have to be here. And if you're here, say hey. So this is that. Now, I don't have, and Carrie and I were talking earlier, and we decided on the Daydreamer body oil for everybody who joins before. And Carrie and if Heidi's on right now, I think that's her on Lemongrass Spa Corporate's laughing at me, saying I'm taking over, I'm hijacking it. But if you're a Daydreamer oil lover, that's it. And the Daydreamer, and Kiara and I were trying to figure out, what does this smell like? And somebody said cotton candy baby powder, which is fairly accurate. That sounds gross. And this is not gross. This is delicious. And Carrie and I were talking the other day, and it's like exotic sexy. It's sweet. Not floral. I've heard it's floral. I don't think it's floral.
But it's not too sweet.
No, it's not too sweet. My son came in, and he's like, Mom, who's got a bag of candy? I'm like, it's not here. It's there. There's your candy fix, bro. I hope that's good enough for you. So
you really do feel like you're at a spa. Yes, like it does.
It's lovely. So the join special for this week, and I think it goes through tomorrow at 11 a.m. Tag someone who would love. That's a good idea. Carrie says tag somebody who you think would love the Healing Elements balm. Because this one, you don't have to join on you just have to be here watching it out. Carrie says it smells like a unicorn.
It's True.
I mean, we all know what that smells like.
Right.
So it's magical. It's obviously magical, and there's always rainbows sparkling around it. So if you use this, you'll have rainbows sparkling out of your body. You won't. Disclaimer, I'm lying. So when you join before tomorrow at 11 a.m., Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time, I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, you get a Daydreamer body oil. So you get the Daydreamer scent. Look at that beautiful label, and it will be a body oil, which I like to keep mine. I actually like to put mine in one of the spritzers like this, and then I spray it on my body when I get out of the shower. I take it out of, it doesn't have a spritz, it has like a shake top, like a shake top. That's what it is. But I like to put it.
That's the technical term.
Yes, it is. And then I spritz it. But yes, so make sure you're tagging your friends who you think could use a Healing Elements balm. Good for all things skin, rashes, burns, psoriasis, acne. Oh my gosh, my friend just posted in my group the other day how she used it on her acne, and it was like, oh, it was so amazing. It was like 2 days. It was amazing. Bug bites and bug stings, sunburns, like hot burns, things like that. It's just amazing. So if that's someone that you think, oh my gosh, I have a nurse who has really chapped hands, nurse friends, or I am a nurse. Wait a minute, give me that Healing Elements balm. Anything like that, go ahead and tag them so that they get on the entry. So, all right, I think that about wraps it up. I've taken 26 minutes and 10 seconds of your night, which I'm so thankful that you've been here to hang out with us. I'm excited to go back through the comments. Sometimes they were just coming in so fast I couldn't. So I am going to say, hey, Robin, hey, Allison, what's up, sister? Sue, and Vicky, Ashley, we got all kinds of people here. So thank you guys so very much. Thank you for being patient with us as we had some technical difficulties, but all's good in the hood. I know y'all are patient. So have a fantastic night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody.